All right, so we're back. Sorry about those technical difficulties, but all right, now we will be going over the senior championship here, starting from board five, trying to give the DGT boards enough time to actually complete the board one, which we were so been anticipating all day. So a 3-4 D5 sorry, a Scandinavian that we haven't seen, yeah.
D4, D5, D4, knight C3.
So just sacrificing back. It puts the pressure on black now to see if they capture or.
Yeah, yeah.
Interesting.
Bishop G5, Bishop G4, Bishop.
This all looks so scary.
Bishop E2. It's a line.
It's a line.
It's a book.
It's a book. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, and even giving this pawn back?
Huh?
Just
Yeah,
giving this pawn
they
back.
don't usually hold on to that pawn. They don't really care
It's a trap
about
to
it.
keep it.
Yeah, just like, yeah.
Too much of a headache.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
All right.
You want to make sure you develop and then you follow up. But F3 is like a tricky one. I'm not sure what's the F3. Knight F2 to retreat? Just
I'm
I guess
assuming.
I guess just they want to make sure that E4
Is this a path we're taking maybe with the bishop?
possible. So if you play C5, maybe, I don't know.
Castling Queen D3. Oh, C5 as you
Ooh.
mentioned.
Wow, this is very interesting, very aggressive
The
actually.
moment that C5 happens, yes, they have two defenders, two attackers, but now they put some pressure here. If you take this with the bishop, now you lose this pawn.
Correct. Yeah.
Right?
Wow.
And yeah, I've had a lot of those situations where I'm attacking a center pawn and they have certain defenders that it forces them, okay, do I lose the pawn or do I open up my king? So
True.
been in that kind of situation before. Now G takes, of course, with both kings on the king side, maybe even shuffling over is probably my next couple of moves.
Yeah.
Maybe even F5 to stop any attack on these light squares.
I like, yeah, there we go. Here it comes.
Knight back to G3 and
C captures D and knight takes D and then knight here.
I'm liking Black's response here. They're not backing down, even though it might seem like their king is the one.
Yeah, but I don't think I feel like the blocking is kind of secure. That's like weirdly and oddly.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then bishop f6 comes along and kind of takes over. Knight h5 doesn't give them anything. You can slide the bishop back on h8. Well, also bishop f6 is threatening the d4. There's like a lot going on. Yeah.
After that, we have rook c8.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
rook a1.
A1. Okay. So I assumed the queen was going to move right away after that move.
Yeah, that's exactly. Well, kind of that's what they did, right?
And then rook a1 and then queen here.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Offering a queen trade. Why would this be beneficial for black? Because they have the open king, right? So you want the queens off the board, but
here's the thing: do white want to trade?
Probably not. I don't
know. Good question. Oh yeah, that'd be interesting.
I don't know if I would trade here, but where else would I go? Maybe the queen has such a big job stopping
E3 square.
E3 as well, right? So only D3 and B3 are candidate moves? Ah, no. Even here we have this.
92, yeah. I don't think you're able to do anything here. You're kind of forced to trade. Otherwise, I will take B2.
Right. So trading must happen.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't see much else.
All right.
All right.
Asa and Oliver. Okay, we can move on. The board 4. They have both 2.5 points. And they started with the C4. So C4, knight F6, knight F3, D6. Oh, here we go. E5. It's English.
Okay. English here with E5, yeah. Okay, skipping over to D3 and then D4 right away. And inviting this type of position here.
The knight has to retreat, probably H3, coming back to F4.
And then striking on, putting
D.
pressure on d5 that way,
Yeah.
right?
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Queen on b3
Mm-hmm.
in position. Okay, wow. Just responding with a5 here. Want to keep the knight on b6, but now my queen is stuck babysitting.
Yeah.
So maybe the rook will slide over to relieve the queen of her duties? Or?
Why do you get so scared? Knight c4 wouldn't do the job. Is it scary, knight c4? Because of the knight? I don't know. Knight e4.
If we were to just do normal
no,
move like
yeah.
castling, does knight c4?
I don't think knight c4 works because of the knight e4. e4.
Oh, very nice. Yeah.
Yeah, if you take with the knight, knight takes, pawn takes, and then I'll take c4.
Hmm. Maybe that's what they're seeing.
So yeah,
If you take here, can I take back on a4 instead?
Yeah, I guess you can do that. And that no, then the g5 is hanging.
Mm-hmm. Oh, right.
I mean, I can take a5 and then you can g5. I mean, and then we can make a fair trade, and then I can make a pressure on d5. You take d4, and I think this works. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead to that. Knight a5 set. Knight takes f6, bishop takes f6, and I'll take on a5. And if you take on g5, oh, hold on, I cannot do that yet.
Oh, I thought you were going for a sacrifice.
The bishop d5. No, the order wasn't correct.
Like one turn off, right?
I know, yes. Oh, yeah, yeah. Queen d5. Queen d5. That's what I was thinking. There we go. We can do that. Queen d5, yeah. So if you take queen d5, bishop takes d5, and then rook d8, I'll take 8.
What is this?
Oh, queen takes g5. Or bishop takes g. Which one will be the best?
Bishop takes. I was going to
Do take?
Oh, but my knight's now running out of squares, huh?
You have to play. You cannot play f6 because you're pinned.
Yeah, I think
You cannot
there's
play
so
rook
nice
d8.
activity for you, yeah.
Beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Queen d5 works. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, these trades are dangerous decisions, but
Mm-hmm.
Asa decided against going into any of these lines, so they
Yeah.
played a5, and now that invites knight b5, which is nice. Pawn h6, knight back to h3,
Ooh.
f3, right away.
f3 to avoid what?
Which I think is just to weaken these guys.
Just attack us straight and
Just
then,
attack.
yeah.
I don't see good squares for the bishop. It feels like development is kind of stuck here.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm pushing a bishop to d2 and rook c1 is worth it.
Sure.
So they want
some kind of activation, right? Okay.
space for knight.
Mm-hmm.
Takes.
A lot of them, they like that knight h3 and f2. Have you noticed that?
We've been seeing a lot of games this weekend. We're gonna see some patterns
yes,
across a lot of the Marshall players here.
Yeah, favor positions.
Well, thank you for the follow-up, Pratik, but we're gonna continue
Yeah.
with the game. F4, G4, and then F5. Bishop takes. All right, the rook slides over, and now knight d3. Okay, queen to d7. Very nice cue for the knight now. I don't see much problems for the white position. They can advance. Queen in e6.
Oh, nice. Queen d2 with slide g5.
No, this is a resourceful move here, just covering these key squares, no attacking through. But even a stutter step here, just moving here.
Yeah, f4 looks so good.
Puts pressure, right? Yeah, that's what was played actually. And the bishop slides back to g6. Okay.
G4 steering. Can I take g4? With my knight?
Yes, but I want more.
Oh my goodness, I know. I want more too.
Is this a tactic?
C7? To invite rook c7, knight g6. Yeah. I don't think that's gonna work because of the bishop d6, perhaps.
The Inter miércoles.
So you have to come back knight e5, and then we kind of make the fair trade, right?
Right. If you change the order, then I'm covering d6. So maybe
Well,
queen takes
the queen
scores.
now queen takes this g6, yeah. So you don't have the knight. I mean, you can, but
I still go here.
I'm still gonna go bishop d6.
You know why?
Why?
Oh, you go bishop d6?
I'm gonna go bishop d6. My
Thought
queen
you
is
were
no longer on
gonna change your
e6.
plan. I was only looking at this stuff, and then
Oh,
I
you're
did
so
this,
sweet, but no, no.
Bishop d6. All right, now to see if I could sack my queen.
Do you want to sacrifice?
Make it work.
No.
Make it work.
I know, it looks very good. Go back, go back.
Make it work.
Make it work. Dream come true.
All right, so bishop g6, and they decided to pick up that pawn we were talking about, just
Okay.
taking the pawn.
Knight c4.
Bishop over.
Queen b6.
Queen b6. Knight f2.
Knight
It's like they.
Something supposed to happen.
Yeah, it felt like they
Why didn't you went back to knight
let go of the
e5?
gas, like they were
I
prepared.
think so. What about knight e5 going back on e5? Why not? I would probably done knight e5 back. The bishop is attacking on c8. The rook I want. And I want f7. Maybe. Am I allowed f7? Please?
Considering.
Pretty please?
Loading.
Yeah. So you take knight e5, I'll take bishop c8, you take my bishop, then I'll take your knight, and we both be happy.
Well, you want to move that knight again, right? Oh no, the bishop takes.
Bishop takes.
Yeah, that looks tricky enough.
This is very tricky too. When you take, yeah, no. I'll stick with my goal, my idea. I don't want to do anything fancy.
Yeah, I'm liking 95. I'm not. Do you want to check with the engine to see if that's
Yeah, let's
good
see
enough?
what they are offering, if it's good or bad.
Yeah, that's
It's decent.
a little bit of advantage, but do you want to trade anyways?
I was thinking.
Would you take the rook anyways here,
I was
or?
thinking queen e5 with the checkmate, but then bishop f6 comes along, and I don't see.
Yeah, that's exactly what the computer sees, bishop f6.
Yeah, so that's why I
That's a
want to
problem.
take it on c8 first, and then take it on e5. But
Yeah, it looks like white has a nice advantage here if we just play rook. a1 was a move. The more it thinks, the more it wants to just bring this rook into the game, right? Okay, a1 or even
they don't
b3.
like my knight e5. What's wrong with my knight e5? You don't want
Maybe
to
next time.
Maybe next time. But it's beautiful. I'm also pressuring f7. I don't want to take that.
Okay, so what are you gonna do?
Take the rook.
The rook? Okay.
I can't. Please tell me I can. Make me feel good.
Rook takes, queen takes. Let's see. Guess I have like a tempo.
I was looking at that, but can I just move my queen on back up on e3?
Trying to see. Rook takes, queen takes knight. Is there discovery after?
So only thing, no, you don't have a discovery. But the only thing I'm thinking is actually knight takes maybe b2 if you want to give the knight takes b2, bishop retreats, and knight c4. Does that gives you anything?
Knight takes what?
Go back. Instead of taking the bishop, take on b2. But you're gonna lose the material, aren't you? Like more. Bishop retreats. How many pieces are there? There's like a lot of pieces on the board. I cannot count anymore. Not h3. I'm gonna move probably f5.
f5. Okay.
Yeah,
there's an exchange.
Bishop's good. I'm exchange. be two pieces. Have it two pieces into a what?
No,
No,
it's
no. Okay, no, knight into a rook. Oh my gosh. Everything is blurry now. Looks good.
that's what happens for the fifth round. Maybe,
Oh my gosh.
right?
I must say how they're amazing. This, staring on the board and then play two rounds in the same day. It's a lot.
Yeah, the double rounds. When I was
Doubling everything.
yeah, makes everything look double exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so in the game we
Okay.
had knight f2 and then rook c6. So
So this is the game.
black generating some counterplay here, even though it looked like they were under attack the whole time.
All right, that's fine. That's fine.
Here, Mr. Draw Master
Yeah. Sergey
Sergey
Kuzhin
Kuzhin
did
has
the
three draws now
Yes, he had the three draws.
and one win.
Yeah.
All right, here on board 3.
Yeah.
Wow, and Alekhine, I'm gonna need Joseph out here for his
Oh, that's
expertise.
Joseph loves his Alekhine. Sure. Okay, let's see what's going on here.
D4, knight b6, a4,
Mm-hmm.
and after a5, yeah. So this is actually something I've played against him in Blitz, just to
Oh yeah.
try and bother the knight on b6.
B6, yeah.
Knight f3, d6, okay. Bishop to b2, g6, okay.
Okay. I mean, I don't play this, so I know very less. That's why we need Joseph here.
Exactly. It looks like we're going into positions that were played before here, but after knight bd2, knight c6, looks like we're running into some new ideas. Of course, I like these connect four over here.
Yeah.
Looks like a powerful pawn chain. Knight sliding out to d5, pawn takes, okay. Bishop h6,
Yep.
bishop c4,
Knight
and the
F4.
knight finds a nice spot here on f4. Will white be forced to capture and give up the bishop pair here? Capture on f4? Would they feel that pressure or?
I don't know. I mean, what's the threat right now? Big 93, really? But I'm not really feel threatened by that. I can play knight e4 if you want to trade the queens, but if you don't want to trade the queens, then
Yeah, I feel like these squares aren't going to be attacked anytime soon. I
yeah.
thought there might be some pressure on the king that you
But
might feel, but
bishop e4 also I don't like it because the bishop f4 and pressures on e5 as well. D2 as well. So I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that.
all right. So after queen b3,
Mm-hmm.
no, it's still too weak for any e6 push or anything like that. But knight e6, okay.
Knight e6.
So that knight's coming from b6, right? So he went to d5. So if we were just to trace the path of this knight,
I know.
drives me
Knight
crazy.
e6.
I don't know why they're both. I don't know what's the goal here.
Here's the interesting thing. If I mean D2 knight is hanging, so you have to move the D2 knight. But could they just done the rook D1 instead? I mean, they have to move the queen E8 no matter what. But I mean, I think I don't know. The order is a little bit. Rook 8 D1. I want the knight E4 with a tempo.
Now that you mention it, that this knight reveal attacks here, is there like a chance for any tactics
Sack? Yeah.
to recover later?
No, it's not gonna happen because the rook D1.
Ah,
You're getting
okay.
pinned.
Yeah, I do get pinned. You're right.
Yeah.
The knight and rook
That's
work
why
together
in
here.
moving away now it makes that happen.
Ah, so okay, so it avoids that threat. Very interesting. Okay, so the knight slides back to e6, queen e8, king over, and refianchettoing here.
Oh, queen a3. That was an interesting move. To what? To focus on c5, knight c5 or something?
Oh, that might be the next move, right? Knight c5, a bit of a better square. Maybe preparing before, after the rook moves out of the way, and we get out of the diagonal.
Yeah.
Rook over, and knight f6 here. Wow.
Knight f6. If the pawn takes, then the queen is trapped. and attacking the bishop at the same time. Yeah,
So you have to give it back right away.
yeah.
How would you like this position with? Oh, well, even this pawn is hanging, right?
Yeah,
So you have
C7 is
even
hanging, yeah. Yeah, it's pretty decent for white in this position.
they decide to do bishop takes after pawn takes.
Oh, bishop e6.
Bishop e6, got it. Bishop e5.
Black are struggling a little bit here.
And now we have to find the next move for black here, right? So with this queen on a3 now, it's an interesting pressure on f8 because after... Oh, well,
Can they
actually the
take
knight
it?
is here, actually. Can they take it? I was thinking
Knight c6.
queen, but the knight can take it, right? But
Knight
now
c6 to
c7?
connect the rooks. No, it's fine. C7, c7. You take the pawn back.
Take the pawn back, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, black has to give something back, right? Like, don't be greedy.
I want to keep it.
I know. I'm same way. I love the material.
Oh, but actually this happened. Pawn takes and bishop takes c7.
Oh, there
So
you go. Okay.
they're just keeping the pin. They don't care. Oh, but once they get rid of this, oh,
Oh. So the knight on d8 is stuck.
right.
That's the problem.
Babysitting, right?
Yeah. You cannot do anything. This bishop on b5 is very strong. My friend, you have to move the rook g8 and then queen f8. That's a lot of struggle. That's the moves they need to do to get out of the pin. On
Right.
bolt, on e, and then diagonal as well.
All right, so this is that was Sergey and John, who both have 2.5.
2.5, yeah.
So now we have some people that are probably going to place and through the result qualify for the Marshall Championship. But I want to change the order here. I don't want to stop at board 2 because board 2 hasn't finished yet. On board 1, we have a draw, which we mentioned that
Oh,
now Michael Rode will have 4 points and only Eric and Jay could catch up with him, right?
yes.
So
It depends, yeah, if they're gonna, whoever is gonna win, or if they're gonna do agree with the draw, then
all right, so with this draw, Mr. Rode ends
definitely.
as senior champion here. And if we just show you over here, Mr. Rode with 4 points, Amatera will finish with 3.5. And if Eric or Jay, if we get a decisive result, we'll have co-champions.
Yes. So let's see. This is also,
All right, so on board 1, it is being reconstructed here, this game. So I believe this is the position that they got to. And both players fianchettoing against each other here. And Sao going for a double fianchetto here, f4, c3, okay. We had some similar position here, right?
Very similar position. I think that those are from the girls' game, right? With what was it? Who was it? It was the previous one they played, like literally.
Yeah, we saw this structure, and the knight sliding out back to f2, and when this knight was on f3, it got traded off actually, right?
Yeah.
Knight takes, rook takes. So yeah, knight f3, okay, rook takes, and now opening up this diagonal, queen c7, this knight jumping through. I know what happened. Actually, this is still that previous game, I think, because this looks too similar, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the same game.
Oh
So board 1 picked up the previous game. Oh, okay, I see other moves here.
Oh, so
c4,
should we like
e6, knight c3. I think this might be the actual game, right? We were seeing in the office earlier. This queen was missing.
Yes,
And
yeah. Queen
this was
went,
the position though,
this
right?
is the position now. I remember, yeah, because the queen went to d6 now, I believe so, and the knight got developed on d7. Yes, that's
Okay.
it. That's what I remember. b5.
So there's the actual game.
Yeah,
After knight d7, there was b5,
a5.
a5, and it looks like a5 was a bit of a inaccuracy. But okay, 91. Bishop back to d8. Okay, so now these knights are jumping around, trying to hold back the black pieces, or
Yeah, I think that, well, not
are
the
we gonna?
black pieces because it's actually the black are holding the white pieces, right?
Okay,
On e5, they don't want to insert.
okay, they don't want anything on e5. Got it.
Also, it's like a tricky one. They're both kind of doing the same thing. Also c5 as well for black. I don't know if you want to push the c5.
Sliding these pieces back, I guess it wouldn't make sense to move the rooks anywhere. There's no open file. There's nothing beneficial moving the black rooks.
Yeah, it's not. Yes, yeah.
All right, so bishop d8, 93, knight f6, 95, bishop e7, knight c6. Got it. Takes. And is this where they accepted a draw? I guess we will have to ask the tournament director where the game was.
Yeah.
19 moves or not.
Was there more?
Yeah, exactly. So just a quick little text while we move to board 2.
Yep.
So yeah, it is confirmed on our website that board 1 did end in a draw. And here on board 2, we have Jay and Eric fighting for a shared title with Michael Rode.
Yeah, Flashman and Bonin.
There is no playoff in case of a tie for first, actually. So if Bonin or Eric win, they will be co-champions, and their plaque will have both of their names. Which I was informed today by Greg that they at one point were also co-champions in the Marshall Championship, right? So in the overall championship, there is a plaque already, and I did remember like at one point I saw both of their names together on one of the years. I believe Jay has won the club championship 3 times, and Michael Rode
5 times, something like that.
Yes, exactly. I have confirmation. Yes, board 1, it was a 19 move draw.
Yeah,
so
that was
Rode takes that home. Everyone saw and Rode get to go home early.
Yes,
well, I'm sure we're keeping him for the picture. Actually, he's probably hanging around. All right, so d4, d5, knight c3, c6,
e4,
e4, a6. Okay, so here after knight f3, bishop g4. Okay, bishop e2, takes. A little Caro-Kann defense here, castles. After a3, bishop e7, okay, bishop e3, castling.
Yes.
Queen d2, knight d7.
Yep. e5.
e5 to close it up, okay.
Knight e8. Well, I guess you have to play some point.
Bishop
or c5. c5.
So I do still feel tension in this position. I don't think they're like playing for a complete draw or anything like that. White has these 2 bishops. We want to open the position up. Jay playing with his Bonin knights, as you know.
Yes, he loves his knights.
He loves his knights, finding those good squares, finding those routes.
Yes.
He's very creative with those knights. I'm excited to see what he comes up with. c5, f4, taking, bishop takes, bishop c5. All in on the knights.
Yes.
That's Jay.
Yep.
That is.
Yeah, that's him. He loves his knights.
You gotta get nervous when they start running down the board. All right, after knight a4.
Queen trade.
Now running into a little endgame here. Bishop d3. g6, knight e2. And a knight hanging out here on c4. So would I want to trade here? I don't know. I feel like
bishop takes, rook takes.
These pieces might be a little bit too.
Rook c1? Why would you do the rook c1? c3.
You just want to play c3 here?
Yeah, I want to play c3.
And then knight here?
I'm thinking if you're going to allow me.
I was thinking of an idea of like b3 and then c4 and take advantage of this knight stopping you from playing c3. Also the fact that you cannot double yet because the knight is in the way of the rook.
Rook e4.
So you have to waste a turn and then, knight e4?
Rook e4. Am I getting stuck there again? It's like a so common today.
Very nice theme, right?
Yes.
Maybe I take away the rest of your squares, huh?
d4. I can
keep you prisoner.
Yeah, exactly.
So actually here maybe I I want to blow something up, I just want
I
to open
know, me
lines.
too. Yes, yeah, I know you do.
Guilty as charged. Okay,
But let's
so
see.
you're saying instead to just play c3 here, right?
Yeah, C3 is like a very kind of more, I don't know, steady if possible.
All right, locking things up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so here, yeah, this is what happened. We
Oh,
have c3.
oh, that's what happened. Great.
No one plays.
Oh, wow.
All
Wow.
right, so eventually this knight's gonna come out. Do we take a route over here?
G7, F5. That's
F5.
interesting. I mean, that's the obvious route, but at the same time, the white has a G4 to stop you to going to F5. So I'll cement your knight on G7.
So I mean,
Uh,
yeah, even trying to fight
H3.
against that, you have h3, you have enough
I'm not gonna
material.
let you break through. I'm sorry. I know you love your
Please.
knights. And knight d4. So it's gonna be tricky for the probably knight c7.
But what's
But
the
what are you gonna do?
future?
I know what's the future exactly.
What's the
So
future looks like?
oh, not so
Also, my
good.
rook is
Maybe
looking.
so that's a long shot, but here we go. A8, b6. You can retreat the rook if you like, or go d7, c5, e4.
Sorry, repeat that because I was
Okay.
reading that.
A8,
Uh-huh.
b6, d7, c5, and e4.
Oh my God. What do you call this shape?
Don't you love it? Zigzag.
Zigzag, like
Yeah.
ring around the rosy or something. Yeah, so we were talking about g4 because if the obvious route to f5
Yes.
would stop
Stop the
that
knight
idea,
f5.
and then even h5, you have h3, and you can still support it.
Yep.
So that is how Tamara would try and ground your knight and tell it it's bad and tell it to go back where it came.
No, stay there.
All right. So yeah, up to c3 here in Bonin's game, and actually Jay spending a lot of time. I'm trying to see where his time melted away. Oh,
No,
actually he came
he
late.
came late. That's
Right,
why
he had
melted
the earlier
away.
tournament, so he actually started with 53 minutes,
Yeah.
and now with that into consideration, now that he has 23 minutes, so he's spent half an hour.
Yes.
His opponent has a 30-minute
I think he's
advantage.
aiming towards the draw. If
Oh
he-
wow. Okay, no, actually,
No,
that's my
that was
moves.
our moves. That was our moves.
All right. So, oh, okay. After c3, we have
What we have?
knight g7.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh,
knight
knight
d5.
d4. They should done g4 first.
You like g4 first.
I
Maybe
like-
that invites like maybe an f6, f5 that
If you play
looks beneficial.
f5, whatever, then I'll play g5.
No, don't do that. Open, not closed. Okay, fine. Nothing.
King, I can have king 2, g2, I can,
King's a fighter.
yeah, absolutely.
All
King
right.
is a piece, don't forget.
Knight f5, we trade,
Okay.
and now this is the end game that we've
This is
run
also
into.
salad, I'm gonna say. It's just like very salad, very.
0-0 draw, or do you think any
Let's
side
see.
has an advantage?
I don't know if they have advantage, but never know.
It's one of those 0-0 draws that
It's-
never end up a draw, right?
Yeah, it's a rook and games.
All right, it actually gives Bonin a little bit of an edge, less
Okay.
than half a bone,
Sure.
but
But rook d4 comes along as well too, and
right.
I don't know. It's very stable. I mean, I don't see anything really crazy going on yet.
I've been punished on both sides of rook end games that look like this, so.
It's tough. It's really tough to play the rook end game. So, but
Okay. All right, I want to slide over to the women's championship now to see how they are going and coming along.
no, we actually saw you were winning,
Completely winning.
completely winning.
Yeah, I just don't know how to win chess games, so
You had the rook and then you let go that rook.
yeah, I don't know what I'm doing.
It's okay. You're probably tired. It's a long day, so
Long weekend.
Yeah,
It's
it's a long
5
weekend.
games